Good evening and welcome to the living world of darkness and the edge of war, the vampire venue. Tonight, we are finding ourselves in Escobar's cafe and tea house. It's, people have been getting home from work. They've probably eaten by now, but it's still, it's not fair. It's very, very late in the evening.
The ambience of the restaurant, whenever you go in there, looks very early century France.
Okay. I'll tell you what approves of this. She is currently sitting. She's been on her phone, but she's currently sitting and with a cup of coffee, and yeah, she seems to be waiting. She sticks out as much as she does normally, looking like somewhat of a goth punker, something to that effect, alongside of, well, people in business suits and tourists and whatever.
Martin, I think he's waiting for your character.
Oh, sorry. um, Alexander will just be um, like usual look, just kind of blended in with the majority of the city. Um, just be carrying his violin case as usual, and just walk in and look around for Natalia.
And she sits. She seems to be in her own thoughts, but you'll see her. It's again, she sticks out.
You'll just walk up and casually wave.
Oh, good evening. Yeah, please sit down.
You'll take a seat. Have you been here long?
Not too well, a bit. It's
Okay.
good to have a place to relax a bit. It's quite a lot of things to take in moving to a new place, but I like it here. I think.
So you're adjusting well then.
I hope so. I had some well friends who finally arrived and setting up a thing, but
Okay. It's good that
it's
you have friends here.
well, they're friends from back home. Well, not home, but back on the west coast.
Okay.
So
Sorry.
no, it was I was thinking you were saying something about the dogs, right?
Yeah. Um, just that uh, it's currently run, well, being looked after, I suppose, by the Savant. And the Baron wants to know what's happening there on his land, I suppose.
And that makes sense. But so no one has any. She looks at you. Just so no one knows any people there. No one knows the layouts of the place, or is it more ephemeral? The presence of the S people.
Probably more the presence. I'm not sure if anyone's checked it out so far. I haven't heard of anyone. Hmm.
Look, I have an idea that you might, if you and someone or some hear of someone from our side who goes to check, please have them talk to me first. I have a thing that might help in future.
Okay. What would this thing be?
It, I've begun working on it, but it will take some time. But well, actually, not that long. But it's just I was thinking.
Okay. It's a bit vague, but okay.
No, yeah, it's supposed to be. So
Not very an open person, are you?
no. Well, when it comes to telling people that you don't like them, I'm pretty open. Or when I get pissed, I'm also fairly open. Or when I perform.
Yeah, sometimes it's better like that, I suppose. Played it close to the chest.
And that sounds off, doesn't it? Playing close to the chest. It sounds wrong or weird somehow.
Mm, maybe it's a little weird for us, being like one of our biggest weaknesses is there.
Hmm. Can I get you a cup of coffee?
Yeah, sure.
She will get you some green, or not green tea, but she will get you some Colombian roasted, and she'll just, it will be brought in a couple of moments. She takes a sip from her coffee and just is so how do you know how many people you know our she again looks around, you know how many of us there are in the city? Like any guesses? With I mean New York is what 5 million people, if at least.
Um, I'm not sure of exact numbers, but going from a past experience, there's probably a good handful. Good amount of us, I should say. At least I would think.
And I
But
thought I was being vague.
well, that's the truth. Um, I
Like
didn't ask how many of
50
us
or
there were.
100 or what?
To tell you the truth, I never asked.
Well, fair enough. I just thought perhaps. Well, never mind.
Well, we can easily ask if you want.
No, no, it's just never mind. It's just I've gotten a fairly good beat on people and you know how it is with what should we say, population control. It's kind
Okay.
of limited, but there's still going to be quite a few in a metropolitan city like New York.
As long as we don't bump into anything worse than us, I'm sure we'll be okay.
Yeah, yeah. Let's hope. She looks at you. Do you know if there is any of those people here?
I haven't met any, but who knows?
It's very limited what I've heard, but
Maybe I just haven't had any luck yet in meeting other groups.
well, I don't honestly think I want anything to do with them. Not by the way that they represent it, but to me at least.
I'm very curious to see what there is here.
So, you really have no idea if there's anything more dangerous, as you said, than us?
Well, you hear rumors here and there, but who knows? what's true and what's not. I'm sure other places that you've been, you've heard rumors of some, I don't know, elaborate thing stalking the night or something.
No, not really. I've just been told to stay far, far, far away from forests. That's really it. Because apparently there is monsters in there that really don't like us.
Hmm.
I made a few educated guesses, and I apparently we're not. There are some things that are, you know, also from the movies, but apparently also doesn't very like us very much. So I'm not going to a forest. But
You should maybe
that's
stick
about
to the
it,
cities then.
really.
Yeah, should maybe stick to the cities for now then.
Yeah. Yeah, I was planning to.
So now there's probably, well, there could be other things out there that comes to the cities as well.
Can't we talk about something a little bit more? You can.
We could talk about wherever you want.
Right, right. So, what do you know of the tower? The presence in the city. How many? Look, I mean, it's this tense situation. I get it, but I mean, they have to be around as well, right?
Yeah, they're definitely around. But
Mind if I interrupt OOC real quick?
Yes.
Bro, this cat outside, I think, just jumped on my car because I just heard my car alarm going off. I walked outside and there's just cat paw prints all over the hood of my car. Like this fucking cat, bro. I'm like, I
That
ran
is
outside.
what cats are for. They're for
Yeah, right? I ran outside and I'm like, who fucking broke into my car? Or did I get hit? Did someone run into it? The cat was
and
fucking.
annoying humans. That is what they're there for. Being weird and annoying humans. That's what cats do.
Anyways, back to your scene. I'm sorry.
it's okay. Um, what was I saying?
Oh, she asked whether or not you knew anything about how many Camarilla people that might be looking about.
I've only met a few. That was
But
a
you
little
have
while
met
ago.
some.
Yes, very briefly. Um, First night came to the city. I was given a mission by the Baron, along with my friend CC that I've told you about, to acquire a building that the Camarilla, well, the tower, if you want to call them that, was um, trying to buy, and the Baron didn't like that since it was in his land. Luckily enough, it didn't come to blows or anything. It was solved rather strangely.
Maybe they knew not to fuck with him.
Yeah, that's probably the best option. Considering what, well, both of us have seen so far. But, if we do decide to go see the Baron, I'll have to stop by somewhere to get well, pick something up for him.
What do you mean?
Well, you saw what happened last time I didn't pick up something for him.
Right. So you're going to wait. You're not going to get someone. You're going to bring a person, are you?
It's one option.
She looks at you very expectantly. And the other?
Well, he never said a person, so you could just, I don't know, pick up a stray rat or cat or something.
It's fucked up.
Yeah. I don't like this any more than you do.
I get it. I get it. It's not.
I can't wait for you to bring him a motherfucking cat.
I'll add it to the list of things that I can bring to him.
I will pray for you.
Natalia just looks at you. Seems to be thinking of something. And she kind of cracks a smile, almost about to laugh, and then she just stops and just shakes her head.
Something funny?
I really shouldn't say this, but what do you think will happen if you bring him a door?
I don't know, but I want to find out.
I mean, just a normal door with, not head doorknob and everything.
It would be quite funny. And he does have a fondness for doors. Hmm. I kind of want to go to a hardware store now and get a door.
I've officially made a meme in this server.
Yeah, I think I want to, I mean, if you do it, I'm just asking, but, if you do so, I'm going to be at a minimum safe distance, but, or maybe he would like it, I don't know.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Are you planning on seeing him?
Not right now, but maybe next time.
Oh my god. I'll be back. I'm about to go bring the bear and a cat.
Oh, jeez.
So, yeah, that's good. I mean, I could use not. I have these two associates. They're happy to be with me again, but it gets a little trying more than one way.
Okay.
She looks at you. You know, ghouls.
Yeah. How many did you say you have?
Two.
Two. Um, what kind of people are they, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, they're well. This is the problem. One is an airhead, and the other is eh, boring, really. But on the other hand, I brought them into a lot of this shit and essentially very much endangered their lives.
I swear to God, if I hear that alarm one more time, I'm gonna murder.
Get turned at the barn for a couple of minutes.
It's quite trying because, I brought their lives in danger by doing this, and they willingly now, well, not willingly, but with our connection, shall we say. They will do anything for me, and I kept up a feel responsible, pissed at myself, and guilty somehow. But
I could see your point why you're saying that you feel a bit guilty, but you must have done it for a good reason.
well, I did. Doesn't change the fact that they're in the situation they are in now. But I did do it for a good reason.
Well, I wouldn't beat yourself up too much about it.
And I get it, but it's exactly that thing I'm quite frightened of. That I don't take it too serious. I begin to see them, humans as fucking. She sighs, and yet there are some people I really do hate quite a bit.
Of the people that you hate here in the city.
There's quite a few of them, yes, but why am I even talking about it? Never mind.
It's okay. You can talk, as I said before, you can speak about anything you want. But I'm not gonna force you to talk
No,
about anything you don't want to.
no, I've seen your 2 points at your mouth, but I'm quite certain you. I really doubt that you are actually like. She whispers, kindred. You're way too normal. You're not a complete asshole. I. I know. I'm sorry. It's just. It's really nice to have someone normal to talk to. It's
Thank you,
been a
and
while.
thank you, and you're welcome. But I know what you mean. There is a lot of us that are, well, pricks. But not all of us are like that, thankfully.
I very hope not. I will hope not, but yeah, things are looking up. I just need to get my things in order. But it will be fine. It will be fine.
Good. And if you need a hand with anything, you have my number.
Right. I no, I don't think so.
Well, the offer still stands.
But would would that be for like a boon or something, or just for the heck of it, or what?
Everyone gets a freebie. But if we're going to be friends, then there's nothing wrong with helping each other.
I suppose. I suppose yeah, that's true.
Like, I mean, I suppose you could call it a boon, but I just see it as helping a friend out of a sticky situation.
Well, it's not really that bad. It's just gonna take a little, but
Okay.
I'm fairly okay. It's just well, just a lot of things to see to. But it's fine. But thank you for the offer. Quite it's very nice of you. Really.
It's my pleasure.
Sure pleasure. Again, not how most people I've met back west, well, ever sounded, honestly.
I'm guessing a lot of other people that you've met are quite selfish.
Oh yes, very much so.
It's a pity. Seems so easy for people like us to become so completely self-absorbed over time. Just I just hope that either of us don't become like that in the future.
I wasn't fucking planning on it. Let's just say that. And I really hope I won't.
Yeah,
But that's mostly what scares me.
losing yourself.
Oh yes.
Well, it is a constant struggle.
She kind of just, like, her eyes just drift over to, the room. Doesn't seem to look at anything specifically. She just sits there and just, like, seems to just, for a good moment or two, she just sits there and looks. Seems to think about, well, the situation in general. Before she just kind of just wakes up or snaps out of it.
You drift in there a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, I did.
So, is there anything else that you would like to ask?
She looks at you. Um, have you ever killed anyone?
Yeah,
I mean, as a before or after?
after. But you know what it's like. It's once you start something, it's hard to stop, especially if it's been a very long time. And it's not something exactly something that I'm proud of, but being what we are, it's bound to happen eventually.
Honestly, I hope I can hold it off as long as possible. But I suppose it's somewhat foolish to think that. I really, really fucking hope I don't have to. But I suppose in this city I have to at some point.
It's the experience is quite something. Um, just it's hard to describe. It was one of the most satisfying things that I've ever done being what we are, and that terrified me because I was nothing like that before, and It just really sunk in then that I'm not what I was before.
I realized that quite a while ago, but I get your point.
Like before that, I knew that it was different, but it never really hit me until that point. Just how different I am now. He's Alexander's got to reach into his jacket, just kind of look around a little bit, just pull out like a little hip flask and pour it into his coffee quite discreetly, put it back and just glug the coffee down.
A little pick me up. I get it.
I just wish it worked properly now.
She looks at him. Works properly. What do you mean?
Have you tried to get drunk?
Uh, no, not really.
It doesn't really work. Unless, well, you take from someone else. But on its
Not,
own, it doesn't really work.
I'm not really looking forward to do that. It doesn't bother me. It's actually a pretty good thing that I don't get as inebriated.
Out of character, if
Yep.
you wish to have insight knowledge on more about being a vampire, if you ask any of the higher ups on just general knowledge of vampirism, you will learn that you can activate your bodily systems using blood points and then inadvertently be able to get yourself drunk.
Okay.
Yes, vampires can start their bodily systems by consuming a blood point to restart and activate a system in their body.
I knew that, but I didn't know about being able to make yourself drunk again. I thought it was just from feeding on other people. But that's good to know.
So, yeah, I'm not looking to it. I really never liked being drunk, honestly.
No. I'm kind of different. I like to party. I like
I
that
mean,
life.
a light buzz every now and then again is okay,
Hmm.
but yeah,
Before, I really loved that lifestyle, letting loose and all that sort of thing. But nowadays, just have to be a bit more careful.
yeah, we all have to.
Yeah, that just come with time.
A a man in a red coat will walk into the cafe and he will eyeball you two and head over for you guys.
Oh shit, here we go.
Got some company.
Yeah, obviously. Uh, Natalia she's been fairly open. She kind of just tightens up a bit. Like she becomes a little bit more stiff. She sits up more in her chair and just waits for the man to come.
Alexander will just kind of slouch back in his chair, like quite casually, comfortably, with the drink in his hand.
Gentlemen, lady, how are you two today?
Good evening.
Good, thank you.
I am simply here today as a messenger, rounding up our general folk. I have come to send invitations to you too, as he holds out two pamphlets, one for both of you.
Um, thank you.
I'll just take it.
In a few weeks, the Baron will be hosting a somewhat of a Christmas party, I guess you could say, a ball. If you do wish to attend, please dress nice.
What kind of ball is it?
What kind do you think?
Well, there's a few different, like, I don't know, themed balls, masquerade balls, so on and so forth.
It is Christmas. It will be full of things.
I'll have to find a red suit or green suit or something.
Please tell me there are no strippers at this.
Please tell me there's some strippers at this.
No. It's
There will be back rooms for anybody who wishes to enjoy themselves further, but there will no be public sensualities.
you do realize I was just making a very bad joke, right?
I wasn't.
There will be
Was.
plenty of things to do. There
She
will
just
mostly be a
looks
social
very,
gathering.
very confused at this guy.
Yes, my lady, you look startled.
No, it's just normally when I sit. Never mind. Please go on.
No, please, you go on.
Just was making. Um, it's just not the reaction I was anticipating for my remark. Never mind.
Oh, you are fine. Um, but yes, there will be private shows in our private rooms. However, most of it will be a social gathering in the middle where you can flock together, talk, and socialize with more of our kind. Maybe you can get to know a few people you haven't. Maybe you can give thanks to people who you wish to. It's not really the matter. It's more of a celebration.
Would it just be people like us that are being invited, or will there be others?
I mean, of course, there will be a few of our herd walking around to which you can feast on at any point, if that is what you are asking.
More or less, yeah.
Is is the Baron celebrating Christmas?
You're cutting out a bit.
She asks like, is the Baron just is the Baron really celebrating Christmas, or am I missing something?
Do you not celebrate holidays where you're from?
No. Well, I mean,
Yes, we usually have celebrations in the city. It is a few times that we all get to socialize and get together. We kind of pick a few days in the general year for harmony. I mean, we are out doing our work almost every day. Wouldn't you like to sit down every so often and just have a drink?
well, it's just Christmas time has always been fucking stressful for me, so I actually think it's one
Well,
of the
it
most
shouldn't be
stressful
that
times.
stressful. Listen.
I mean, everyone has family, and then you don't, and then fuck you. It's like, yeah, that's how I felt.
We are
So I
all
just
family here, and there will be no fucking of you unless, well,
no, it's matter
you
of
go to a
speaking.
private.
Matter of speaking. No one took care to make sure that you were okay with everyone else going and celebrate. Listen, never mind. Okay, it's fine. I might turn up. It's going to be. It's fine.
We are all family here, so if you wish to come and celebrate and get to know more, then please do. We accept all. However, I have more people to deliver to, so I will bid you guys good day. He will kind of give a slight head bow and then walk out.
So, thoughts on this ball?
I really, really hope it's not like the other get-togethers I've been to since I've been, well, you know, since I started with this new career, I suppose. Yeah.
Okay. I'm guessing they weren't really your taste.
I suppose you could say that, yes. It was fucking horrifying.
Okay. Well,
Well, not horrifying, but just a trial to get through. Let's just, yeah.
okay. Well, I don't think this one is going to be that bad. It's probably just a social gathering, time to cut loose sort of thing.
Well, that would be great.
Yeah. I'm sure it'll go without hitch.
I bet you $50 that it won't go over without a hitch.
I'll take that deal. Well, that bet, I should say.
Well, I'm going to be fair. I'm not going to back out, but I'm going to say that someone will get really fucking pissy with someone, or someone is going to try to do something unbecoming, shall we say, during it.
Hmm. It'll be an easy $50 for you then. It'll be a good show for the rest of us.
Yeah, well,
See
I'll
what
be
everybody else can do.
I will be $50 richer. Fine.
So, uh, what shall we do for the rest of the night? Is there anything you have in mind?
Not really. Was there an implication there?
What do you mean?
Never mind. There wasn't. Not with.
Just give a big grin.
Oh, there it is.
Well, if you ever fancy that sort of thing, just say the word.
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you. But yeah, yeah, you can stop with that, please.
I'm just teasing you.
Yeah, it's teasing. That's fun, but trust me, someone like me, I've been teased like that for the better part of, well, most of my conscious life, really. And most guys simply won't stop and will just keep fucking going on, dude.
I may be muted, but I am laughing my ass off.
Thank you, or something. Um, and it's good and all, but honestly, like one of the things that are a perk of this is I was under the impression that no one would, well, not of our kind, would want to constantly get into one's pants, but apparently this is not the case, which is kind of really, really, really fucking annoying. But oh well.
Well, for us, it's a little bit different, of course. Like, most of the time, people like us just use it as a way to have a drink. But,
Well,
yeah,
obviously.
yeah. But there are still
I
plenty
mean,
of us that find enjoyment in the.
well, you don't even need to. I mean, you can just, you know, there's. I mean, that's how I've been. Like, that's how I mostly do it. Feeding with this. But
Hmm.
yeah, Like, it's. eh, I mean,
Well, each to their own.
um, actually, I should probably roll for that. Now that I think about it, we'll just say it's in
What?
the in this context, in this um, while they're doing this, I'm going to roll a manipulation subterfuge because I do actually think, yeah, Natalia would probably actually trying to hide something here. So that
Okay.
makes it a roll.
Would I roll against that?
Yes, you would.
Let's see.
He only has 3 dice, but I have 1 success.
Would that be
Okay.
perception, empathy?
Oh, what are you trying to hide?
Um, she is, well, I don't want to tell necessarily, but it's
You can
related to what they're talking about right now. And
okay. So
want
then,
to
yeah,
give
you would do
another
perception.
impression. It's perception empathy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're trying to give him another perception or something, then yeah, it'd be perception empathy.
Yeah, it is
That
perception.
I wasn't asking what the detail was. I was asking like, what are you trying to hide? Like, how are you doing it?
Oh yeah, she's trying to. Well, I'll just see what you roll first. You have 2
Uh,
successes.
two
She's
success.
He sees
she's
through your shit.
coming across as she's just neutral and really doesn't like. But there is maybe she's not completely convinced herself of what she's saying. That it has nothing, like that it does not affect her and that she doesn't want anything to do with it.
Okay.
Meaning that she's trying to tell you that she ain't into the D, but what she's trying to convey to you that she's, not into that, but she's doing
Well,
a kind of like
it's a little bit more vague than that because
She's into something.
she's just trying to be standoffish or neutral. But it's for you. It's as much as you could get out of it. It's more uncertainty.
Okay.
It's more like she's not sure exactly how she feels.
Hmm.
It's more that feeling you get than her just trying to say one thing and then being completely the other. It's more like she's just trying to hide the fact that she may be uncomfortable or uncertain of herself, and she wants to hide that, and she's trying to. But you kind of sense that something like a kink in the armor, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. Okay. Alexander's kind of like get up a little bit and just kind of like lean on the table, like a little bit forward more than he was. I can kind of see that you're still a little bit unsure about yourself, but I'm not going to push the subject. And I didn't mean to offend you with what I said. It was just a joke.
No, it's not nothing to do with offend. I mean, it's fine. It's just guys are apparently guys, whether they are. And she looks around again, alive or dead. Apparently, it's fine. It's I suppose something don't go away apparently, but that's fine. It's not offensive to me or anything. It's fine.
Well, you're still fairly young, right? I mean, to all of this.
Well, I know quite a bit. I was, well, I suppose put into the kindred kindred equivalent of some really fucking militant boarding school, but I know the ropes, but I don't know. Is from what I know, that's isn't that kind of like offensive for some people, like asking whether or not you're old or young?
Well, I suppose, but to us, age is just a number. It doesn't really affect us very much.
Well, that clearly depends on who you talk to, because apparently quite a few people I don't like to be like asking of how old someone is even for our kind apparently is a big no-no.
Hmm.
Apparently.
I've met a few people that are quite proud of their age.
Right.
But saying that, different cultures.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just kind of trying to say that there is a lot to figure out about our new condition. So it's understandable to be um, unsure about a lot of things, and it's just got to take time to sort through everything. But sooner or later, you'll find your feet.
I've, I made it this far on my own. I know where my feet is. It's
You don't have to be alone anymore.
I know.
Plus, a lot of things in life are more fun with other people around.
She looks at you with a look that says, like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" or something like that. She just looks at you. Doesn't say anything. She just looks at you.
Well, take this for example. He's just going to put his hand like on his violin case. Playing this to myself is satisfying, but with a crowd of people, with more people there, letting them hear it and enjoy it, it's a lot more enjoyable to me.
Right.
And I'm not saying that everything is better with other people. It just depends on the situation.
I don't know. Orgies are pretty fun.
I was going to make a humorous, very, very fun joke about masturbation being fairly uncomfortable with more than yourself, but I'm not even going to go there.
Hey, circle jerking. That's a thing.
Well,
Well, it's a
I
good
get.
way to get things started with other people.
Can we not have this conversation, please? Okay, let's talk about you playing violin. Have you did you do it professionally, or is it just a hobby, or what?
It's a personal enjoyment. I was taught how to play um, the violin and piano when I was a kid. My mother taught me.
Okay, okay, that's
So
nice.
yeah, it's a very personal enjoyment more than professional. What about you? How did you get into singing?
Well, honestly, it was a dare.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I was feeling particularly like crap. My girlfriend at the time was like, "I bet you don't dare and sing this number we both liked, and I said "fuck you" to her with a smile, and then I did it, and well, turned out I really liked it, so I practiced.
It's a good way to get into it. Also a very
Really?
fun way.
Well, no, it was kind of
Oh.
awkward and terrible at the beginning, but yeah, I suppose.
But you eventually enjoyed it, right?
Oh yes, yeah, I do.
Yeah. Everything's a bit rocky the first time, but it gets a lot better.
So I'm going to introduce something here in a bit. Just let me know whenever you guys are done with current topic, and then I'll, because I don't want to interrupt your guys' current discussion. But whenever you guys are done with your current
I
topic, just let me know.
think you can begin now.
Yeah, sure. As long as
Yeah,
it's not
I'm good for it.
and bursting into the coffee shop and killing everything.
Speak. No, I'm kidding.
An ice cream truck just comes in. Who ordered ice cream? Oh, I didn't see that coming.
No. Something slightly more tame than killing people, yet probably on the same par as ice cream truck.
What, kidnapping people?
Nope. Alexander, you start to remember a familiar feeling as people around you start yawning a bit more, and then kind of you see a few people kind of drop their heads onto the table slowly by slowly, uh, till like eventually looks like people are getting extremely tired for some reason.
Oh no.
What?
Well, it's about to get more interested in here.
Wait. And she looks around. What's happening?
You'll find out.
Tell me
Eh,
right now what's about to happen, or I swear I'm gonna plant my boot up your ass.
We're saying I won't enjoy that. I'm just kidding.
Ugh.
It's just a joke. Lighten up. Last time this happened, it seemed the Baron.
Oh, well, so much for us having a sacrifice.
Well, I can quickly run to the toilet and grab the door.
Eventually, the last head drops, which just so happens to be the bartender, as he kind of slowly, you see him, like his head falls onto the cabinet, and then he like slowly slides down. You hear like the kind of squeaking noise of his hand slowly brushing across the glossy countertop as he falls to the floor.
And there goes the last guy.
So, do we just sit and do nothing, or what?
Oh, we
As you
can't.
say that, the Baron kicks open the door, kind of gives himself a good little yawn and stretch as he walks in, rubs his eyes a bit. Ah, I see the two lovers are sitting there. Alexander, you are growing yourself quite a harem.
Well, I'm trying.
He's gonna walk over and stand behind the bar, pour himself a drink, and then walk over to sit next to you guys.
Natalia's clearly nervous by now. She just smiles and sits and just.
Alexander's went back to his casual kind of seating position.
You're
So,
too nervous, woman. Relax.
Not every day you have to think of any breaches of silence and stuff when everyone around you starts falling asleep. It's fine. It's just.
I don't like to be seen out in public. It is as simple as that. These humans don't need to worry about our business.
Right.
so
What
what
if
breaks
you're
you
conscious to hear something we talk about?
I'm just here to have a drink.
Oh,
I do like the scenery. It reminds me of home.
oh, okay. Well, good. She takes a sip of her coffee.
Alexander's just going to take his hip flask out and just drink a bit.
So, Alexander, how are you doing today? You seem well.
I'm doing very well, thank you.
And what about you, New Blood?
Oh, I'm liking it. It's good. I like it here.
That's good. We prefer to settle our folks in a bit. Just be lucky you haven't gotten any strenuous tasks yet. We've actually been kind of slow lately. It seems that we are on quite a standoff right now.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot, actually. I met this guy, Max. I heard some people talking of his bar. He seems like a nice dude.
Max is a decent fellow. I think he'll climb through the ranks pretty easily with his ferocity. He's a real go-getter.
Probably something we need around here.
Yes, quite. I hate pushovers. It's not fun whenever the predator turns into the prey. It's kind of sad, actually.
Well, the sooner this conflict's over, the better.
Well, we need a few steps for that. First, we have to find some sort of even ground. People are not respecting their territories. People are trying to gain more. They're being selfish. The sooner we can solve the territory problem, the closer we'll be to some sort of retribution.
We need to find something that's going to keep everyone from stepping over the territories.
Yes. I have quite considered Mr. Well, don't worry about that. But I gave some thought at one point, a while back, to build a wall around the city. I thought it would have been quite amusing, but money, financials. I
Uh,
don't have the time for that.
and you don't want to be associated with the orange-haired buffoon. And you, well, I suppose it would be. I mean, do you like Escape from New York?
Do a what?
Do you like the movie Escape from New York?
Never seen it.
It's New York has become a prison, and there's a giant wall around it.
Hmm, that would be fun, but there'd be too much chaos. Plus, that's more managerial business than I already have. I don't want to have to deal with that. Hmm. We'll have to think of something. Some sort of boundary to set. Something that makes them not want to come in. I was thinking gargoyles. That is always fun. No one wants to walk into someone else's territory with gargoyles on the side. It's much too risky and far more pesky.
I thought the practice of creating gargoyles was banned.
Just because there's a rule set doesn't mean it always has to be followed.
Oh, that's true.
Isn't that the point of rules? For them to be broken.
It's quite fun.
I believe there's a law that says you cannot walk on not a designated crosswalk area. Yet how many people in the New York City do so anyways, yet no one stops them. It is a law set, yet no one follows.
I see your point.
He just kind of yawns again. I say that because I'm actually yawning and I just want to make it fit in the scene.
Well,
You see-
it's
Sorry?
not just it's not just the problem is not just tracking them coming in and out, right? It is barring them from coming in, right?
Yes. We are of different. I guess you could probably match it to back whenever we had the 13 colonies. Yeah, that's a good one. We are the 13 colonies. We have our set territory. We do not want the Indians nor the British coming in, yet we have both. We want to make it to where they don't. We want our own place, our freedom. As simple as that. We have not the same govern, we have not the same rules. We do not want of different people. How would you like it if one day you say have your own shop and then a camarilla comes in and buys it from you and tells you you can't be there anymore?
I would really fucking hate it.
Exactly. And that is why we want our own territory, so that kind of shit does not happen.
Hmm.
Or
We govern ourselves.
or you make rules of your own that are a bit more legit but are a hurdle to get through, and that makes people want to go elsewhere. So when they break your rules, you have more legitimacy to say that they broke the rules that everyone agreed on.
The problem is that, like I said earlier, we do not govern the same. If they break a law in my territory, they will not answer for it. They will only answer to theirs. That is the problem. We are three different groups. We need to maintain our own area. Otherwise, the other groups will act aright. It is quite difficult. We all do not get along. If this was a place where we all got along, well, frankly, I probably would not be here right now.
Actually, do you mind if I ask you a question?
I am sitting here, am I not?
Right, right. We were talking. I was already told to, you know, back west. I was told to never go into a forest. Apparently, there's something really nasty that doesn't like us there. I was thinking,
Yeah.
New York being such a big city, are there things in here in the city that are not us but different?
There are quite a lot, actually.
Oh,
This
great
world is full of anomalies. We are but one simple
shit.
anomaly, but there are many more. Yes, but I would, for your sake, disdain from going into the forest for a very long while until you can learn to properly manage yourself of higher status. For instance, it is a general thing. It's more of a sense of warning to the wise that anyone below Generation 8 is really should be fearful of going into the forest. Even really up to Generation 6, to be honest. There are foul beasts in those forests. Ones that will rip your head clean off your body and will lick your wounds.
Hmm. Well, if there's a lot of other things other than us in the city, don't really hear about an awful lot of us dying. So maybe we could get their help with the Camarilla and the Sabbat, like keeping them out.
It is not as simple as that. You don't hear a lot of people dying because we all have our general rule. Do you know what my third rule is?
Nope.
Well, you should. He kind of looks at you with a slight scowl.
And
Do not.
Natalia's finger just begins to rise slowly. She, don't poke around anywhere that's gonna start shit unless you say that it's okay, right?
That is the first rule. The third one was don't make yourselves known to the humans. And I say this because we look like humans, do we not?
Well, most of the
You
time,
could say
yeah.
roughly. Well, so do most of the others. We have this rule because we want to protect ourselves. Let's say that you all of a sudden went and told some random human you were a vampire. What if that random human was not as random as you thought, and was not as human as you have therefore foretold? What would happen if you then died due to this consequence, or perhaps brought death upon your entire clan?
Mm.
This is why this knowledge is kept secret, and this is why we don't die as often as you would hear. We
Right.
have these rules for a reason.
But this point still stands. We do not have to tell them who we are. We only need to let them know where our enemies are.
How would you find them?
I
Like
don't
I have
know,
just said,
but
they are all look human, and they all have the somewhat of the same rule. They will not tell you who they are. They will not show you what they are. Therefore, by chance of you finding one, it looks very suspicious upon you. It is dangerous. I would not suggest it even if we were in dire situation.
fair enough. Would there would there be a way for us to maybe we have problems with our turf, right? Or
Yes.
our areas. Perhaps we could just make it known that coming in where you're not welcome is a very, very bad idea, like human informants, just rapid response people, like as soon as she, she just kind of stops talking, just looks down at the table and just, like, for a couple of moments. Well, if we could have a very good idea of where our areas are, we could potentially borrow some of the city's surveillance equipment. We could begin to make a very good habit of constantly seeing whenever someone who is not supposed to be there suddenly enters somewhere and then act on it immediately. If people know that that is a case and that we tend to really strictly go after anyone who enters where they shouldn't be, people are going to get the message eventually.
He looks at you for a second with a thought look. Hmm. Very well. This will be your first mission then. Find
Wait,
us equipment.
wait, what? No, I was just a suggestion.
Yes, and I'm taking you up on your suggestion. Find us equipment.
Well, most of the equipment is already there. It's was suggesting something a bit different. Most of the systems we need are there. I just need to be able to get into them. And that would require perhaps some people who work certain places that I do not know. So
Then what I'm telling you is I'm hiring you to find it out.
Natalia doesn't say anything. She just quiets down and just gets this not troubled look, but definitely she just quiets down a moment.
See, this is your time to prove your worth to this organization of ours. I haven't yet assigned you a mission. In fact, I haven't even seen what your capabilities are. I'm curious. So this will be your first mission. See how you can procure said securities. I do not care how. I do not really even care when. But this will be a thing that I task you of.
Okay.
Yeah, you should have seen Alexander's first mission. I fully expected him to die, if I'm going to be honest.
Thank you. I'm glad I didn't.
Well, I mean, you
Wait,
were facing against 3 or 4 of our enemies.
this is true. I'm glad it went so smoothly.
If you need any help, I'm sure Alexander will have no problem helping you, will he? As he kind of pats Alexander on the shoulder with a
Right.
somewhat firm
Um, the first thing I would need is a detailed description of where people's places are of interest, and so I have an idea of what kind of area we're talking.
He will give you a somewhat detailed map of where our territory is, and to which I will text you later.
All right. He takes a look at it. Okay. And her bag that is sat in front and next to her, and she picks up a laptop, opens it, and she begin to type on it.
Ah, see, already starting to work. This is a woman that I like. Fast and responsive. Very nice. Very, very nice. You will do fine in this world. However, for you, Alexander, he
Oh,
just kind of looks at you, just with like eyes of disapproval. If you want a harem, you have to try harder, my lad.
There's a bit of a frown on Natalia's face.
I only jest, young one, as he taps Natalia on the head. I only jest.
We
I
were
do
just
not care
talking
what
about that,
cities
but
do.
yeah.
Oh, you actually were trying to build up a harem. Oh,
No, but it was more general. That apparently a lot of guys who are, well, our kind, who are technically dead, still try to get in people's pants, including mine, which fairly frustrating, honestly.
huh. Yes, actually. A lot of our kind do. It's, well, have you had the talk? He kind of looks at you with like a questioning thought.
I'm kind of busy, but I will. Yes, I did have to.
Okay. He, he kind of giggles to himself. Even if we are undead, we still reciprocate into our emotions with others. In fact, as a vampire, it's a far greater feeling than you will ever other feel. It is much more euphoric than what you would have felt as flesh and blood. He kind of sits back. If you ever get the chance, ask Rebecca. I'm sure she won't slap you hard. Well, frankly, she'll most likely slap me harder. But that is a story for another day.
Cool. Is just another, just a friend or one of us or?
Rebecca is our head of the Giovanni. She is one of, I guess you could say, the high council in this city. She's one of the top, and a very old friend.
Hmm. That explains why CC could get hold of all that money.
Yes, she is our financial broker for and funder, honestly, for our entire faction.
Hmm.
If you do need any help, she most likely will be able to assist if you message.
That's good to
Well,
know.
keep that in mind.
Well, I've had my coffee. I'm going to head out for a bit, see what kind of fast food there is. I'll be seeing you. He'll
Have a good night.
start to walk out of the bar, or not bar, but cafe. And right before he leaves, he yells, and his voice echoes throughout the building. And you'll just hear a ginormous, like, commanding voice that says "Awaken" before he leaves. As he does, everyone slowly starts to stretch and move around as they awake from their deep slumbers.
It's going to have to
Just not.
teach me that trick.
It's quite a trek.
Right. Well, Ntai just begins to work. She seems quite focused.
Well, I think I will leave you to it unless there's anything else that you'd like to ask me, or if you need a hand with anything.
No, I'm good.
All right. Have a good night.
Same deal.
Just pick up the violin case and just
You'll
start heading out.
notice. You'll notice a thing. Like when you're saying that, she doesn't take her eyes off the screen. She just says, "Yep, yep." She's already seemingly just like she doesn't really look after you. She just seems to really just concentrate.
Alexander, before you leave the bar, you will notice that by your violin case on the chair that the Baron was sitting is his wallet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna pocket that.
Do I see that?
Yes. Well, actually, no. Make a stealth roll.
Okay.
And I would actually
Yeah,
make
and
self-imposed perception alertness because she is
but
not
you're
paying
gonna.
attention.
I'll say do a say +1 difficulty due to the fact that you're not paying attention to him or actively ignoring.
It's actually 2 successes either way. Wow.
Very
4
well.
dice.
It's Dex stealth.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, you as well got 2 successes. How am I gonna play this?
He is defender in this case.
True.
Yeah, he is defender. So
2 successes.
Yep. Then
Natalia just she doesn't say anything.
you successfully pickpocket it.
Hey. I'll head back to my haven. Back to the boarding house, I should say. And when I get into my room, I'll have a look through the wallet.
You'll see a few credit cards, a few debit cards, about roughly $10 cash because he doesn't really need it. You see his photo ID, which you're not even sure is real or not at this point. It says he's 27, but I'm pretty sure you can already suggest that he's not. And deep inside, you will find a picture, a wallet-sized picture, with a group of friends sitting out in the park. You see the Baron in the middle, looking more happy than usual, smiling. You see Rebecca sitting, or have you met Rebecca?
No.
Okay, then you'll see a woman sitting by him with her arms wrapped around his neck. You'll see a man sitting by Rebecca, holding up a peace sign, and you'll see a man on the left of the Baron wearing a white coat, kind of darkened skin, with a bit more of like a "I'm over this" feel like look on his face.
Okay. Is there anything written on the back?
There is simply a date that says 1927.
Okay. I'm gonna pull up my phone and take a picture of the front and the back of the picture. I'll put the picture back where I found it, and I'll message the Baron that just saying that he left his wallet in the coffee shop.
I'll send someone to get it eventually.
Okay. I'll just I'll put it in my violin case, and I'll just message them back that I'll just at the boarding house, and I'll keep it uh, warm until someone comes to collect it.
Sounds good. Natalia, do you want to do anything for the scene ends?
No. She'll be sitting there for quite a while.
In that case, that is scene.